Hello, everyone. You found the video. Yay. That's great. It's Monday morning, or Monday sometime, whenever you're watching the video. And that means that you found what you needed to find for school today. Excellent. Okay, so here is the first thing we're going to talk about. ReadWorks stories. On Thursday, I looked at ReadWorks, and this is what I found for the number of stories that people had read. Now, some of you had read a lot of stories, but these were the top numbers as of Thursday. So Ketmani, 26, yay! Saparn, 23, awesome! Mumtaz, 19, Safia, 18, Min, 17 stories, and Mi Young, 15. And remember, you can find more stories in the library. And we've talked about where you can find the library. After you turn in your homework, you can go to the student library and find more stories there. So yay, good job. Everybody keep it up. Also, good job finding the video. If you're watching this, that means you did what you need to do and you got to class today. So yay, excellent. All right. So our agenda for today is picture, picture, and then you're going to be writing about the picture from the news. We'll be looking at the homework from Thursday, although not all of you have done it yet. So some of you will do that over the weekend. And when I'm looking at it now, it's before the weekend. So I will be able to look at that. We'll have some more grammar practice, a little bit of reading practice. We're going to do some sentence editing. That means fixing mistakes. We will look at the homework for today, and we will look at something beautiful to end. All right. So, oh, I thought I got rid of that. Okay, so here is the photo. Oops, hang on. Let me get out of here. So here is the photo, and I'm going to try and make this, there we go, make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it. But in this picture, you can see a dog, right? There's a big dog, and that kind of a dog is called a Labrador Retriever, right? And there's a woman. Oops. And she is smiling. It looks like she might be a little happy. She is feeding her dog, right? I don't know if you can see it very well. And maybe I should make it a little bit bigger right now. But the woman, I'll make it bigger right now so you can see. She's holding this cup here, and the dog is licking the food out of the cup. So she's feeding her dog, okay? So she's feeding her dog, and then the dog is licking, and there is a cup. We can say feeding her dog from a cup, right? The dog is licking. It is a sunny day, right? The woman is in the driver's seat, what we call the driver's seat, because she's behind the steering wheel. And the dog is in what we call the passenger seat. And the passenger seat is in the front there by where the driver sits. So that dog is in the passenger seat. It looks like the dog is wearing a scarf around its neck. The dog looks old, right? Because it's got a lot of white around its mouth. Let's see, what else can we say? They are, well, you probably don't know this, but they are at a fast food restaurant where you drive through. So drive-through means you don't have to go in into the restaurant. Okay. The dog looks old. The woman, right, maybe is younger or younger than the dog looks. Let's see, what else can we see in this picture? Yeah, I would say that's quite a bit. So the dog is what we call a Labrador Retriever. The woman looks happy. She's smiling. She's feeding her dog from a cup. The dog is licking. It's a sunny day. She's in the driver's seat behind the steering wheel. The dog is in the passenger seat wearing a scarf. It's an old dog. They're maybe at a fast food restaurant with a drive-through, and the woman is young. So let's go ahead and then look at what the newspaper said, because this is, again, a picture from the newspaper like we do every day. All right, so this is what the newspaper said. Pups in the drive-through. So pups is another word for dog. A fast food restaurant in Coon Rapids, Minnesota held a drive-through puppy party on Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Employees handed out, that means they gave out, gift bags, so there's like a gift bag, and pup cups, there's the cup, filled with dog snacks to vehicles with dogs in them. So they went to a restaurant and the dog got food, not the person, right? Because this is America and dogs have a pretty good life in America. So in the photo, Melissa Hykins is her name, held a pup cup for her 12-year-old dog, Allie, after they drove through the line at the restaurant. And 12 years old is very old for a dog, especially a big dog. They don't live much longer than 12 years. So that's very, very old for a big dog. Okay, so what you're going to do with this is what you do every day. You're going to go to classwork, right? And in your homework, you will see these two things. You will see writing and you will see reading. Okay, this is going to be there after Monday. So when class starts on Monday, these two things, the regular time, these two things will be there. They're not there yet. I'm talking to you a little bit before, of course, before Monday. So, okay. So here's what the writing will look like. Don't click on view assignment. Click on writing, 928. Okay. And I'm going to be asking you to write a little bit more about what you think today. So not just what do you see, but now I want to know what you think. So the questions I ask are, what is happening in the picture? How does the woman feel? How do Americans feel about their pets? Do you have a pet? Would you like a pet? Do you think dogs should ride in the passenger seat of a car? Okay, so yeah, so that's another question. Like, is that safe to have your dog in the front of a car? So you're going to be writing something about what you think, not just about what you see in the picture today. So I hope that that helps you write a little bit more when you're writing. For your writing this today, starting this week, okay? And words I wrote down for you: driver, passenger seat, Labrador, which is a kind of a dog, eating, large tongue, oh yeah. I wrote eating twice, shoot, I should have said licking, feeding, drive-through, fast food, pets. So those are some words that you can use. And remember, you're going to write your sentences here, okay? You're gonna write here. Maybe I can get rid of this. I should say licking. I don't know if that's going to work, but so you're going to write your sentences here. And remember, you're not just going to write I see, but you're also going to write I think. Like, okay, how do Americans feel about their pets? I think they treat their pets like children, or things like that. Or do you have a pet? Would you like a pet? I would not like a pet, or I would like a pet, and what kind? And then, do you think dogs should ride in the passenger seat? So that's your opinion, right? So give me some of your thoughts beyond just what you see. Okay? Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so that is going to be your writing homework. Then the next thing we're going to do is look back at your homework from last time. Okay, and I just want to concentrate on that main, let's see what happened here, on that main idea. Okay, so why am I not? I want to have it in a special way. Hang on. Oh, here. Okay. So yeah, here we are. So I want to show you the story and the questions together. There we go. Okay. Computers. All right. So here's the story, right? That's what we read, or what you guys read. And then question number 4 is about, I'm going to get so you can see all of it. There we go. Is about main idea. Okay. So main idea is always tricky. So what is Mexico's people, past and present, mostly about? Now the title gives you a clue, right? It's about the people. Okay. All right. So that means it wouldn't be about the Spanish language. That's a language, right? And this one's about people. So that's already not a good choice. And Spanish explorers, are those Mexico's people? No, Spanish explorers were people that came, right? They came to Mexico, right? From Europe. So those were the European people. So the best choice is the people and languages of Mexico. Okay. So this talks about the people, Native Americans, Spanish explorers who came to Mexico, right? And how they mixed together. So now people are Native American and European together, right? And then this last part is about languages, but it's not only about the Spanish language. So even this paragraph isn't only about the Spanish language. So that's really a weaker choice, right? So both of these things are not really great choices. The big idea is the people and languages, all of the people and languages of Mexico, not just Spanish language, not just Spanish people. Okay? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Remember, mostly about is still tricky. Okay, the main idea is still tricky, and it's always tricky means a little bit difficult. So when I say it's tricky, that means it's a little bit difficult. So that means that you're going to have to think about it and probably get it wrong a few times, and that's okay. All right. So that is your homework from last Thursday. Okay. And some of you remember did this other homework, the highest court in the land, or some of you did both. But this highest court in the land was only for a few people. Okay. So I will look at your work separately because they had already done this story. So this was for most of the class. Okay. Alrighty, so getting back to the dog lady. Next thing we're going to do is the editing. Okay, so I'm going to show you these sentences right here, and it tells you how many mistakes to look for. So my brothers like shopping, less watching movies, 2 mistakes. Her cousin liked driving than taking the bus. When you fix it, you're going to use the word less, and there are 2 mistakes. Anne enjoys washing the dishes, less read, 2 mistakes. They enjoys eating at home as much eat in a restaurant, 3 mistakes. So what I want you to do is take the time to write these sentences and fix the mistakes, okay? While you are writing, I am just going to let you know that these are called slides. What I show you in class, they're called slides. These slides will be in Google Classroom along with your homework. So if you want to look at anything again, you will be able to do that. Also, it's possible for you to stop the video if you want to stop and write the sentences, right? So you don't need to keep it running if you're like, okay, now I'm gonna write these sentences. So go ahead and stop or pause, I guess, pause the video that you're watching right now, and then you can go, write on your paper and get all the sentences fixed, and then come back and turn the video on, and we'll go on with the answers. So this is the time, right? Take your time, write the sentences, okay? Fix the mistakes. This is your brain exercise for today, right? Your brain is getting the exercise of grammar and spelling and sentence making by doing this editing, okay? Now I'm going to take this out of big screen for right now, because you can pause this if you want, and I have to take it out of that to write in the on the sentences to fix them. So here we go. All right. So the next thing we are going to do is to fix the sentences. All right. So here we go. Fixing the sentences. My brothers like shopping. That is not how you spell shopping. You spell shopping SHOPPING, less than watching movies. So there are the two mistakes. My brothers like shopping less than watching movies. Okay. Next sentence. Her cousin liked driving than taking the bus. Okay, here we need an S. And then it says use less. So I'm going to say less than taking the bus. So then we get the sentence. Her cousin likes driving less than taking the bus. All right, next sentence. Anne enjoys washing the dishes less read. Okay. Okay, so Anne enjoys washing the dishes less than reading. Okay, so there are our two mistakes. Anne enjoys, Anne enjoys washing the dishes less than reading. And the next sentence has three mistakes. So first of all, they enjoys, we don't need the S, right? They enjoy eating at home as much as eating in a restaurant. So there's our three mistakes. They enjoy eating at home as much as eating in a restaurant. Okay, so how did you do? Did you fix those mistakes? All right. So yeah, that's really good English practice for you to work on. Okay, it's good English practice. Oops, what happened here? Because it gets you thinking about spelling and grammar and making good sentences. So all of that is really good English practice for you. Okay, next, what we're going to do is just a little bit more practice with these this kind of grammar. Okay, so here we have sentences about Angelina. Angelina likes socializing with her friends as much as playing sports. She likes dancing more than cooking. She likes watching movies less than cooking, but she likes reading less than watching movies. Okay? So here, what you need to do is you need to try to make the sentence with less than. So right here, I'm going to try to make this sentence, right? I'm just going to call her she. She likes, right? Okay, what do we say? Cooking. Okay, let's see. Cooking. So cooking, oh wait, that should be more than. So if cooking is first, it should be more than because it says she likes watching movies. So I'm going to switch that to more. So she likes watching movies less than cooking. So the other sentence then is she likes cooking more than watching movies, right? So that's the same thing, but said the other way. She likes watching movies less than cooking, and here she likes cooking more than watching movies. Okay, now we're looking watching movies and reading. Okay, so it says she likes reading less than watching movies. So now we're going to say I'm going to make it red. There we go. She likes watching movies. Okay, and what do we say? She likes watching movies more than reading, right? She likes reading less than watching movies. She likes watching movies more than reading, okay? Okay, so see if you can make the other three sentences, like pause the video and see if you can make the other three sentences before I give you the answers, okay? So take some time, stop the video, write these three sentences by yourself, and then you can come back and listen to me give the answers, okay? So that's what you should do, right? So don't just wait for me to give you the answers. Make sure that you try to do it on your own, okay? So then when you come back, then I will give you the other three answers. Okay? All right, so turn off your video and then come back. All right, welcome back. So here we go. We are going to be doing the next sentence. We're talking about dancing and cooking. So here it says, she likes dancing more than cooking. If you're supposed to use less than, you would say she likes cooking less than dancing, right? She likes dancing more than cooking. She likes cooking less than dancing. Okay? So if you have to use less than, you have to put cooking first and dancing second. Okay. The next one is looking at dancing and socializing with friends. All right. So here we say she likes socializing with her friends as much as playing sports, right? She likes dancing more than cooking. Okay, so how are we going to know this? So she likes socializing with her friends more than sports. All right, so we're just going to make this sentence. I think I just said it backwards, but we'll say it the right way. She likes dancing more than socializing with friends. And then the last sentence, playing sports and socializing with friends. So here we have a good sentence for this, right? Let me make it red. She likes playing sports as much as socializing with friends. Okay, so that's a little bit more practice with those. Let me make this bigger for you guys. That's a little bit more practice with what you can do with that grammar. Okay. So, and again, if you want to write or fix your sentences, you can press pause on the video and take the time to do that. So we don't have to be in a hurry. You can take the time to write. Okay. All right. Also, you will have these slides in Google Classroom. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to do is a little bit, it looks a little bit like math. All right. So math looks a little bit like this. We got numbers, and these people, Martina and Ron and Frank, what they did was they rated their activities. They said rating means say which you like best and which you like the least, or not very much. Least is not very much. So Martina likes to play cards the most. Reading and watching TV and socializing are in the middle. And she likes cooking the least. That means she doesn't like cooking very much, the smallest. Okay. Ron likes cooking the most, right? He likes watching TV. Oh my goodness, I just did this backwards. Bad teacher. Okay. You're probably looking at this going, what are you talking about, teacher? I just did it backwards. Okay. So let me go back to Martina. Okay, 5 is the one you like the least. 1 is the one you like the most. So let's try that again. I just said the whole thing backwards. So Martina likes playing cards the least, reading, watching TV, socializing still in the middle, and she likes cooking the most. Okay, there, now I got it correct. Thank you. Okay, Ron likes cooking the least. That means not very much. He likes watching TV the most. Okay. Frank likes playing cards the most. He likes reading the least. That means not very much. Okay. So what you're going to do next is you are going to look at these numbers, and you can tell from this who likes what more, right? So Martina likes watching TV more than playing cards. You have to say, is that true or is it false? So we have to look at watching TV. Okay, that's 3. And remember, 1 is the most in this and 5 is the smallest. That's backwards, but that's the way they have it. So Martina likes watching TV more than playing cards. Okay, watching TV is a 3. Playing cards is a 5. That 5 is, it means she doesn't like it very much, right? So that is true. And I have to go out of here to be able to say that. Okay, that is true. All right. Okay, so Martina likes watching TV more than playing cards. Okay, so again, I would encourage you, that means I would tell you it would be a good idea to turn off the video and go ahead and do what you think is correct for all of these, right? Before I give you the answers. So I would say pause the video here, and then you can start it again after you do the writing and check your answers. Okay. So when you come back, then we'll do number 2. All right. So here's number 2. Martina enjoys socializing more than cooking. So let's look. Socializing is number 2. That means she likes it almost the most, but cooking is number 1. And that's the one she likes the most. So we are going to have to say false. She likes cooking more, right? Because number 1, her number 1 thing is cooking. Socializing is her number 2 thing, right? Ron likes reading less than watching TV. Okay. So Ron's number 1 thing, watching TV, right? Reading is his number 4 thing. So number 1 for Ron, watching TV, reading number 4, so he likes that less. So that is true. Okay. Ron enjoys socializing as much as Martina does. Well, let's see. It's second, number 2 for Martina. It's number 2 for Ron. So that is true. They like it the same. All right, now we're looking at Frank. Frank likes cooking less than playing cards. Okay, so what's his number one? His number one is playing cards. What's his cooking? Number two. So that is true. He likes cooking less. That's his number two. Frank enjoys watching TV more than socializing. So Frank, watch TV is number four, but socialize is number three. So socialize he likes better. Watch TV is number four. So he likes socializing more. So that is false. Okay? All right. So that is, let me make that small again. That is what we have for grammar for today. Okay? That's a little bit of that grammar of comparing, right? We're using ing. We're using a feeling. We're using ing and another ing, and then we use more than or less than or as much as in the middle of that. Okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is a little bit of reading, but it's more about vocabulary. So this is, we're talking about jobs and describing people, and we're using describing words like creative. Okay, so this is the word. Let's see if I can make that bigger. Come on. Nope. There we go. Creative. So are you creative? Okay, so what does that word creative mean? Creative means you like to come up with new ideas. So what do they say? Do you like imagining things? Imagining means thinking, right? Thinking of new things. Do you love making things? Do you enjoy thinking of new ideas? All right, so that's all creative. We are looking for creative people to join our team of architects. Help us design exciting new homes. Your future is with us. So, architect is a person whose job is making houses or buildings, and they think of the ideas and how to build the houses or buildings, office buildings, or any kind of building. Or a store or something. Somebody has come up with the idea of what that should look like, and that person is the architect. So creative, that's one of the things we're going to be talking about. And the reason why you would want to know how to use words like this is if you are at a job interview, right? This is talking about a job. So let's say you're at a job interview and you want to talk about yourself and you really do like to think up new ideas. You might want to say, I'm very creative. I'm a good worker and I'm very creative. So that's something that you should put in your vocabulary, especially for when you are looking for jobs. Okay, so this job, architect, is somebody that builds houses. Now, that kind of a job, you have to go to college and probably more school after college. So that's a kind of job where it takes a lot of education. Okay, so next, are you intellectual? Okay, intellectual means you like to think. Okay, intellect is your mind. So here's what they say. Do you enjoy solving difficult problems? Do you like working alone more than working in a group? Yes, then you are the right person for us. We need computer programmers to help create new computers for the future. So someone who likes to think, right? Thinking, that job, computer programmer. So this word, intellectual. Last word, creative. Creative, intellectual. These are big, this is a mouthful. So when you're trying to say it, intellectual. That just means you like to think, right? You like to use your mind to do things. And the last two words go together. Are you friendly and outgoing? Okay. And we talked a little bit about outgoing means you like to be with other people, right? You like to go out and be with other people. So here it says, do you like talking with people and helping others? Do you enjoy meeting people and finding out about them? If your answer is yes, then teaching is the job for you. Come and join our friendly team of teachers. Apply today. So friendly and outgoing might also be words that you would want to use at a job interview. If you have to work on a team for a job you are interviewing for, you want them to know I'm friendly and outgoing. So those are our vocabulary words for today. First one, creative. Second one, intellectual. Third one, friendly and outgoing. Okay? All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is look at the homework for today. So I'm going to go right here. There we go. Okay, so we're starting a new country. We've been working on Mexico, and our new country is going to be Iceland. All right. So let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. So here's what come on. There we go. Here's what the picture of Iceland looks like.
Iceland by ReadWorks. Have you heard of the country Iceland? Iceland is a small island country. It is located in the North Atlantic Ocean. It is pretty far north. Iceland may sound like it's a very icy place because of its name, but it is a place with lots of different types of land. There are places with lots of ice. Those places are called ice caps or glaciers. There are also places with lots of green grass and moss. And there are places covered in lava that's turned into rock. That lava came from volcanoes that erupted in the past. Iceland has many volcanoes.
All right. So that is the story. There we go. That is the story that you are going to be looking at today. So some of this vocabulary is about the land. So it says, have you heard of the country Iceland? Okay. And then it says, Iceland is a small island country. And remember, an island is a land with water all around. Okay. And remember, if you want to write these words down, you can pause the video, right? And then take your time to write. Okay. All right. Located. I think you know that word already, but just in case, located means where something is, right? Where something is. So Metro South is located in Bloomington, right? And it says Iceland is located in the North Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty far north. Okay, Iceland may sound like it's a very icy place. And this word icy they've got for you. So you can click on it and it says when something is icy, it is made of, covered with, or looks like ice. Right? So that is icy. Minnesota, sometimes the roads get very icy. But it is a place with lots of different types of land. Now remember, we had this word types when we had the Pan Dulces reading. So types means kinds of, right? Types of means kinds of, right? And it means one of a group of similar things, right? So cars are a group of similar things. My car is a Hyundai, so that is my type of car is a Hyundai. That is a type of car. It is one out of a group of similar things. Okay. There are places with lots of ice. Those places are called ice caps or glaciers. Okay, so ice caps or glaciers. So glaciers is that is ice on the land, and I'm going to say it's deep, right? So it's deep ice that covers the land. Okay, so that is a glacier, deep ice that covers the land. And again, you can pause the video if you want to take more time to write. Okay. There are also places with lots of green grass and moss. Now we looked up moss before, right? Moss is like a plant that covers rocks. Okay, and if I go over here, and try to show you moss. I should see here is moss, and it's like a plant, but it's very low, and it covers the rock. Covers rocks. It grows on rocks. So here's some moss growing on some rocks. So that's what moss is. Okay. All right. There are places covered in lava that's turned into rock. Lava is the melted rock that comes from volcanoes. Okay, so it's so hot. So I'm going to and it's very hot, right? But then when it cools down, it makes new rock. So lava comes from volcanoes. Volcanoes are fire coming out of the ground. And the rock is so hot that it melts the rock. And it's very hot. And then when it cools down, it makes new rock. Okay? So lava turns into rock when it cools down. That lava came from volcanoes. All right, so here's volcano. See how the fire comes out of the ground? So it's very, very hot, and it comes out of the ground. Erupted is when, when fire from a volcano comes out of the ground. So that's called erupted. Okay. And again, you can pause the video to copy down the words and then start it up again. Okay. And then it says, Iceland has many volcanoes. So that is your story for today. The questions. Okay, so here's a new word. Okay. This passage compares the different kinds of land in Iceland. How does the land in Iceland differ? That means how is it different? So you have to think, okay, what did the story say about the different types of land? All right. So what you're going to be looking for, let's see if I can pull this up, is something that says something about different types of land, right? So we have lava that's turned into rock, right? We have icy places like glaciers, okay? So, and then green grass and moss. So those are the kinds of land that in Iceland, and then say, so how is it different? And so then you're going to choose your answer, okay? So it says, is it because it's covered in different things? Is it because it's high, like mountains? Or is it different shapes? So you're going to think, did they talk about ice and grass and rock? Or did they talk about mountains? Or did they talk about ground? So think about that. All right, so this is a thinking question. You read this sentence, and then you think, oh, what does that sentence tell us about temperatures? Okay. So, and then what is Iceland mostly about? There's your main idea again, so do your best. And here's some information questions, and what did you learn? This should say find. Describe the different types of land that you can find in Iceland. Okay, and again, we talked about that. So there are icy land, there's grassy land, and then there's lava. So those were the three kinds of land. You do never have to draw. Okay, so that is your homework for today. The last thing that we are going to do, and remember that homework will be right here under homework for today. Okay, and the last thing that we are going to do is, nope, not that. We already did that. Our beautiful place. Okay, so here is, remember we're looking at national parks. So it says, what state is this national park in? Okay, so here's one with a lot of water, and there's a city far away. So lots of water and then a city. And it says Biscayne National Park is in Florida. That's not too surprising. See all the water? So, and palm trees that grow in warm places. And here, guess what? Another lighthouse. So Biscayne National Park is in Florida. That's our beautiful place for today. Of course, Florida is down here. You probably already know that. And if you were going to drive there, it would take you 26 hours. So they're saying, why don't you fly? You could fly in 3 hours and 25 minutes. It's so far. So 26 hours to drive to that state park. So good. So today, remember, you're going to go, after this video, you're going to go do your homework, right? You're going to do the writing. And then you're going to do the reading. Okay. And then I will see you on Tuesday at the regular time. We'll do another meet on the regular time on Tuesday, 9:15. So thanks for watching the video. You guys are awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye.